Good evening, it's Wednesday and it's like 10:57, so I almost forgot to make a video, which means I would have had to join the punishment, but I didn't forget, and so only you were going to be punished. But before we get to that, today's video comes to you in two parts. Part 1, filming is tough. So Nick, I'm really sorry that your camera died, but getting to see an actual castle is just absolutely amazing, and I'm really glad that you got to share that with me. I've never seen a castle. I mean, I've seen a few forts, but over here in America, we don't have castles. So I've never seen one in person, although I've now seen one on film. So that counts for something. And also, it wasn't like a super famous castle, so you kind of got that kind of out of the way thing while still having like a really well known thing at the same time. So that was a really cool feeling. But the fact that your camera died wasn't the part that I really wanted to cover, that it's tough filming sometimes. The part that was tough was sometimes hearing you in some of the parts that you filmed. I mean, there were just whole parts of your video that, I'm going to be completely honest, I did not understand a word that you said. And so the visual was nice because it filled in some of what you were saying, but for the most part, it was really hard to hear because it's really windy and it's not your fault. And especially with your camera dying, it's not like you could take multiple shots really. You just kind of had to deal with what you had. And gives you kind of a respect for the people who film regularly, because they've got to consider all those kinds of acoustics. They've got to get just the perfect shot, whether it's perfect out or not. Like, we have the luxury of kind of being lazy because we're like semi-casual video bloggers who only talk to each other. But people who film for a living, a shot like that could ruin them, or at least drastically cut their next paycheck. When you don't get your next paycheck, you don't get to eat. But speaking of eating, Nick, we come to part 2, your punishment. So Nick, I thought long and hard and hard and long, and it took me forever to come up with a punishment for you. And so after a lot of thinking, I finally came up with something that's kind of amusing. I'm not 100% sure exactly when you're coming back, but I want you to do it after you come back. I want you to enjoy Europe. I don't want you to be punished while you're over there. And so I will let you wait until you get back before you have to technically do your punishment. Your punishment, however, is that you have to make a video of you making homemade soup. I don't care what variety it is, but it has to be a homemade soup. But one of the ingredients has to be a sock. That's right, Nick. Sock stew. Tell your friends. And by tell your friends, I mean I'm definitely sharing this one on Facebook so that all of our friends can see you being sock stew. The sock is allowed to be a new sock. It doesn't have to be a dirty sock. Although if you want a dirty sock, that's your choice, but it's not the choice that I would make. And you do not actually have to eat the sock. You just have to boil the sock as part of your stew. So Nick, that's your punishment. Sock stew. Nick, you've already punished me many times, and you just missed the mark by not really punishing me that hard. And so I'm going to launch a preemptive strike by giving you the first really weird punishment. So enjoy. Anyways, I hope you continue to have lots of fun while you're over in Scotland, England, Wales, wherever the heck you happen to be at this moment, and I'll see you on Friday.